Hi, I'm Kate Ryan. I'm the former director of Halifax Street Children's Centre and Preschool, located in the city of Adelaide. And currently I'm working as the president of the Preschool Directors Association. We started working with the principals of the Reggio Emilia project in about 2012. At that time, we were really fortunate. Our state government funded a program called Adelaide Thinkers in Residence, and Carla Rinaldi, the president of the Foundation of Reggio Children, was brought to South Australia over several years to work with different organisations, and we were lucky to be one of those organisations. We had a lot of trouble deciding how we would start this project, and Carla really encouraged us to look at what are the things that happen every day. And one of the things that we already knew was that food was a big idea here at Halifax Street. From the moment the door opens in the morning until it closes at night, something is happening about food, either preparing food, bringing food, sharing food, cleaning up after food, thinking about what food we'll have tomorrow. And so we used that as a kind of theme for our project to enable everybody in our community to participate, because an idea that was strengthened for us was that every single person has a connection to food. We all need food, and that food is connected very much with people's identity and with their cultural beliefs and values. One of the first things we did was look at our menu and what we offered. And at that time, we had our current cook was leaving the centre. And through one of the families, we met the chef that we have currently. And I met with her in a very non-traditional interview manner. And she was really open and honest about her values of food, and that connection to culture was really important for her. And we were very lucky because she's a very experienced chef, so she has worked in multiple kinds of venues as a paid chef. And so we employed Julie as our chef and involved her in the leadership of the project so that she learnt about Reggio Emilia principles with us and connected that to her knowledge of food and nutrition. And so that was a really big change for us. We went from having a lot of what are traditional kind of childcare meals, like zucchini slice seems to be a favourite everywhere, and we know that children love it, to thinking about seasonal foods, thinking about fresh foods, foods that represent the cultures and the preferences of individuals and families within the centre.
Hi, I'm Demi. I'm the new director of Halifax Street Children's Centre and Preschool. During my time in the infants room led by our amazing early childhood teacher, I've been witnessing the ritual of meals with the children, and it's been wonderful to see how the Reggio principles, especially strong image of child, have been upheld as the children are in charge of creating that ritual, preparing the plates, the food, from wiping down to wiping their own faces, to serving their own food at such a young age. It's been amazing to see that when we truly value every child and see them from a strengths-based perspective, that amazing things can happen.
My name is Sophia Korokanidis. I've worked at Halifax Street for 2 years. I'm the teacher in room 1 here at Halifax, which is the 0 to 2-year-old room. It can be tricky with meal times around 0 to 2. I think there's a lot of push and pull from families about what children are competent and capable with. So in our room, we really like to focus on slowing down the meal times, having educators eat with children, role modelling for children, and giving them the opportunity to learn. What does it feel like to serve your own meal? How does it feel to wipe your own face? Giving them the opportunities to experience these things, and it not to be right or wrong, but it to be an ongoing learning opportunity. So meal times in room 1 look like children going and washing their own hands, following the lead of the educator by educators role modelling first. We then find our spot at the table, children are then given a bowl, an empty bowl. We talk about what food is available, whether we have roast chicken and couscous, whether we have steamed carrots, really engaging and talking about what food we have. Children then serve themselves that meal, and children choose what they want to eat. Of course, we encourage them to try some of everything, but children have a deep understanding of perhaps what they like and what they don't like. When we sit with children and we eat with them, they can see that, we're talking about the textures and tastes of food. Is it creamy? Is it soft? And that encourages children to try. And being in that social setting, they can see their peers eating alongside them, which then supports them to give something a new try that perhaps they haven't. At the end of meal times, we have a scraping station where children who are walking carry over their bowl, scrape their bowl, find a clean face washer and clean themselves using the mirror, and again, role modelling from staff. And even some of our youngest children have just started walking, have now started crawling over there and grabbing a face washer and chewing on it and beginning that cycle. And it's not about being right or wrong, it's about immersing themselves in that practice and seeing their peers as leaders of the space as well. So in our 0 to 2 space, we have a wide range of developmental abilities and capacities within that. That leads an opportunity for some of our older children to help our younger children. It can be really lovely when children see educators supporting children in feeding time, and they want to give that a go as well. Some of our children enjoy spoon feeding some of our younger children. And it's a real opportunity to show care, community, and working together. The same happens when we're wiping our faces and hands. Some of our older children will go and collect a face washer from the basket, bring it to the younger child and say, I'm going to help, or me turn. And that communication between, the vast age differences is so lovely in our space, and a real blessing that we have that opportunity to do that.
What we discovered through our educational research was things that are working for everyone and are getting good outcomes are really enduring. They become embedded in the way that we are. So even though the centre may not necessarily be focusing on the principle of participation at the moment, that practice of having a chef as, leading the work of the kitchen and connecting with the educators, having fresh foods, involving the children in everything from cleaning spaces, preparing places to eat, helping to design the menu, enjoying food together, still happen just as a matter of fact, because that's the way we do things. The challenge is for us as new staff come into the centre and new families come in is to talk about why we do those things, why we sit down and participate with the children rather than standing behind children supervising them, for example, at a mealtime.